nothing wrong with actually putting on a hat. There's nothing wrong with putting on a scarf. Like, look at Wyatt now, the way her scarf is. It's colorful. I can imagine that being really dressed up. For me personally, where I would draw the line are those bonnets. Those bonnets that people wear outside. Those bonnets were not created to be outside. They were not. So you can actually dress up with a hat. You could dress up with a scarf. So there's really nothing, when it becomes maybe something that you're wearing all the time just to hide, then, but if people see you with a hat or a scarf, you could still style that. So that's not too bad. But you know yourself better. And it seems like you said that, you're trying to use the hat and the scarf to, hide behind not getting your hair done. So yeah, so that's good. That's good that you are at least pushing out of your comfort zone.
Um, Funke, hi everyone. Nice to meet you. Um, I think this is what attracted me first to your messaging. Mine is not even just, it's not just a matter of, I'll give you an example. There was a time apparently I wore the same outfit to work literally every day for the week, and I didn't even notice. This was a few years ago. I think I've gotten a bit better now, but there are still weeks that I reverse. But generally, I do find that I think for me, for many years, I was divorced when my children were young, so I spent a few years raising them. They're all in university now, so a lot to thank God for. And during that period, I think I was also working, you know. And so I think I spent most of my time probably at work. And I really did not focus on myself at all. Now the children are both out of the house. My son left a few months ago. He's in here. And to be honest, I do have the clothes. I have, as you know, in Nigeria, you have access to hairdressers, you have access
Home
to,
service.
comes in to do my nails. But she does it the first week she comes in, or the first few days, my nails look so beautiful. I'm so proud of myself. And then the next 3 weeks it reverts until I can get her back. And I think my problem now, it's not that I have the clothes, I have the shoes. Um, I think it's just, other than when I'm going out, I think it's just, I do have the problem of just stimulating myself enough to just dress well and look well every day. So I think also when your message came through today, I believe that's also what just intrigued me, even though I hadn't seen the messaging, but the fact that the title itself, because I knew that title was speaking to me. So yeah, so that's it for me, really. If I can find a way to actually be able to go out every day and look, just look really good for myself, I would be very happy, to be honest. But usually I just dress, and I generally don't wear makeup either. So eh, I
Is
just
it
about manage.
possible, the way you
Yeah.
said, the person getting your hair done, your nails, is it
Yes.
possible to have a continuous appointment with them? If you say every 6 weeks, every 4 weeks,
Yeah.
that they should come in. So
Okay.
that way you're not thinking. It's
Mm.
not, I know that one of the challenges, I had when I was, when I used to get my hair done is by the time you know that, okay, this hair is getting a little bit untidy, then you're going through, all right, what hairstyle is next? All
Mm.
those things take time, it drags, and before you know it, you're like in between. But if you say to yourself, all right, every 6 weeks, every
Mm.
8 weeks, every month, come on the last Saturday,
Yeah.
come XYZ. I mean, of course, there'll be times where you might need to change
Mm-hmm.
the appointment depending on your, but then you know that your hair's been done, your nails have been done. And then with
Uh-huh.
clothing, for the fact that you have the clothes, so it's not really so much about you going out.
Yeah.
Have you thought of rearranging your wardrobe? Because
Okay.
it's normal. It's whatever we see, especially those mornings that we're dragging ourselves out of bed. It's like, oh Lord, I have to think of what to wear. So your hand just goes to the regular things. But if you
Yeah.
say to yourself, all right, every week, what I try to do is I'm a planner in, I'm a Virgo. I like planning things. So I try to plan what I'm wearing for that week. When I
Okay.
don't do it, actually slows me down.
Mm.
Then I'm like supposed to be sleeping and I'm thinking, "Ugh, what am I wearing tomorrow? What am I wearing?" But what I just do is, if I can do it on Friday, on over the weekend, most of
Yeah.
the time Sundays, I'm in the office 4 days a week. So it's like I'll make something up for 5 days so that at least in case I don't feel like wearing that or it doesn't work. Because there's some days where I just assume that, okay, this is what I'm wearing. You pick it up, you're like, you know. So if you could
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have things that you know that, all right, I've worn this, let me push it away
Okay.
for another, so you don't have to keep repeating it. So try
Yeah.
that and see if it works for you, you
Yeah.
know.
You are right because it's two things. I think if planning out for the week, it means you don't have to think in the morning because that's usually the problem. I don't have time to think. And then I think what I wore yesterday or 2 days ago, if I actually literally keep it out of sight, then there's no temptation
Pick it
to
up.
pick the same thing. Yeah,
Exactly.
I will. I will. And the regular appointments, I have tried, but I think I will be more serious about it. And then also plan towards it because sometimes what happens is when it's time, it's like, oh gosh, I need my money for something else. But it's about
Mm.
planning. Like you said, it's about planning. I think that's what I need to I think that's what, because I really do want to change. I think it's time to change. I'm not raising the kids anymore. I'm alone at home, so I have all the time to myself. So I really don't have any more excuses right now. Okay, thanks. I'll
You're
try this.
welcome. Listening, ladies.
You know what? I'm glad she brought up the point of she actually has things in her closet. I don't have anything. I mean,
Mm.
I'm not gonna say I don't have anything.
You
I'm
don't.
tall. I'm awkward. I've always been, kind of cautious of just me because being I'm 5'11 and naturally people around me are very short. So just me being the tallest and bringing more attention to myself. I try to shy away. I wear a lot of blacks. I wear a lot of grays. I don't wear, even though my favorite color is yellow, I don't, I don't wear it. I don't know what would look, I really don't know, or I haven't taken the time to really experiment to see what would look good on me, but also things that I think look horrible on me. Everyone else is like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. And I just wish that I could see that instead of,
People telling you, right?
yeah. Yeah, I need to go shopping though for real because my son, he looks nice every time he leaves the house. I make sure he has, nice everything. For me, I'm like, this will be okay. I'll just throw on a t-shirt and jeans and just go. I'm trying to break out of that. So maybe that's gonna be my next assignment to myself, actually go shopping, not online, like go in the store and try things on.
And don't feel too bad. It's a as mothers, I know that every single one of us here can feel that. It's something that it's always about every other person except us. Even for those who aren't mothers, we would do for family, for siblings, for everybody else except us. And I don't know where I learned it from, but from when I was young, I always put myself first. I always do. I remember my son was saying, because he actually came to look after me when I got my surgery, and he said something. He says, Mom, you just teach us how to love ourselves. Because I remember when they were young, it's like I would take them out when something opens, especially for children. I'm one of the first that go there. But when I say this is mommy time, or when I say, okay, you know what, for example, I feel like eating pizza and I can't afford to buy pizza for everybody, I would buy just for myself. And honestly, I would eat it and I won't feel guilty. And my friends used to wonder what kind of human being I was. But I won't feel guilty because I've given you my time, I've given you everything. So this is me, especially when I know that I'm working and I'm doing. And people just wonder, what kind of human being are you? But for me, no apologies, because I realize that a lot of times when we look at our mothers, our grandmothers, a lot of them really didn't live life. They did all they can for us. And at the back of the heads, even when we say, oh, yeah, they really did this for us, do we really appreciate it the way we should? But the kids nowadays will ask you, who asked you to? I didn't ask you to. So it just shows you that as we're doing it, we need to remember ourselves. Take out that time sometimes and just do something for yourself. If I ask you, Shade, for example, when was the last time you bought something for you? Just for you. And I'm not talking, it doesn't have to be anything expensive, just something for yourself. I started something in 2022. I love flowers. And I just said, all right, I'm single, nobody to get me flowers. So I'm going to get myself flowers every month. And I stopped. And when I was planning my 2026, I just realized that, why did I stop? Life got in the way. But I started doing it again this year. And yesterday, even though I had a very busy month and everything, I got myself tulips, you know. So I just said, every month I'm going to get those flowers for myself. And I was so excited yesterday. I was super, it looked like, how much were they? 12.99. But it brightened up the house. I was happy, and that's what I like. you know I like flowers, and I'm not going to, and it's not so much about somebody else getting it for you. I want it now. I want it every month. If I could get it every week, I will. But I just said, all right, do it for yourself. There are days where I just say, oh, you know what, you had a really stressful, or even if it's just a win, no matter how small. Oh, I was able to do this. Take yourself out, buy yourself, order something for yourself, just because. I get myself things on Children's Day. I've always done that, even when my children were little. I will get myself things for Children's Day. I get myself something for Christmas. I will get, and so that's how I have. And I really think it's something that all of us women need to start doing for ourselves. So, Shade, yes, you are going to go shopping. You are going to go shopping. Don't
Hello,
worry.
everyone.
Help with that. Hi, Abby.
This is my first time of being on this um
Conversations.
meeting. Yeah, and I listened to yourself. I read some of your articles that you put out, and I really like it. And I want to say a big thank you for putting those things out for us, especially not just for the women, but also for the men. I really appreciate them. They might seem as if it's common knowledge, but it's good for someone to just say, hey, why don't you look at yourself this way? Take care of yourself, be good to yourself. And when the other lady said she's divorced, the lady that was divorced and has two kids and the kids that moved out, I think it's because she neglected herself. That's the honest truth. She was so busy living, working, and doing all the things that she neglected the most important person, and that is herself. And I would like to encourage her to start with little things. What does she like? Like you said, you love flowers. I love flowers too. I said I get myself plants, and I have a few plants in my house, and I water them. Yes, some of them die, but it's something I like to get myself flowers. So I got myself some potted plants. Some have died, but some are thriving. I like to get myself things. Like I said, it might not be so expensive. I might just feel like, oh, I'm going to make my hair. On my way, I'll go to the mobile shop and just get myself a drink. You are the one that works so hard to get the salary in. Then you should enjoy that salary also. Sometimes when I go to the stores, I always go to the clothing department. I always go there. That's that's the first place I go to. I go through the sales, I look at what they have, and I buy something for myself. Honestly, I always buy something for myself. I went yesterday, I bought this. Today, I went to the store, I bought again. Why? Because I want it. I like it. I see myself as at the end of every month, I worked hard, so I should buy something for myself to say, well done for working so hard.
Mm.
And as single mothers or divorcees, we think we need to start looking at ourselves and enjoying life again. Someone
Mm.
said to me that divorce is you doing life on your own terms. What
Mhm.
are those things you love before marriage?
Mm.
Rediscover them. Make you priority. Yes, you've got kids. Like you said, the kids will ask you, we didn't ask you to do that for us. We didn't
Mm.
ask you to sacrifice so much for us.
Mm.
You chose to sacrifice those things.
Yeah.
I go on website where they sell clothes. I look at some of the clothes. The ones I like, I bookmark it. When I have the money, I'll go and buy it. My friend said to me that, oh, this is too revealing. I said, excuse me, I have the body to wear it now. I'm going to
Mm.
wear it. Even if it's to wear it to my house and shake my bum bum, I'll do it. I said there are some shoes. I bought them. I only wear them once. I've worn it once. I said, it's me. When I feel like I'll bring it out again, wear it, feel cute to myself. It's
Mm.
me. I want we women to start doing that. Please.
Mm.
We only have one life. You don't want to wear the clothes when you are 80 and the clothes look horrible on you. You need to
Mm.
wear it when you are 50 and you can walk, do a catwalk with it. Please, ladies. We need
Mm.
to do this for ourselves. Look in the mirror, smile at yourself, tell yourself you're beautiful. Please, ladies,
No. No.
Thank you
please.
so much, Abby. I
Mm.
remember before we started, I was having a conversation with Shay, and
Mm.
I said a lot of women are going, I mean, even just generally people in the world are going
Mm.
through many things. So you said something about women neglecting themselves.
Mm.
At that point, for that individual, it doesn't look like neglect.
Mm.
Most of the time, it's survival at that point.
Mm.
We're usually in at different stages in our journey. And I feel that's why sometimes we really need a community with women. Because a lot of times, women generally were not taught to share. Women generally were taught to just keep quiet. So many
Mm.
people are going through things thinking they're the only ones in that situation. So what happens is you're going through it, you're not thinking. It's the people outside that are wondering, what's wrong with her? Why is she acting like this? Why is she? Just yesterday I saw a video on Facebook. It was a lady taking a picture of another lady, her neighbor, a co-tenant. She was just talking to herself. She had a bag with clothes, throwing it around. And she put the video on Facebook for whether it was content and everything. I'm sure I don't even know what she was thinking because I don't even know who the lady was. But the lady she was videoing was actually going through postpartum, the disorder. And she didn't know what it was. And she just put it there that, oh, it looks like her neighbor is going crazy. And everybody was like, pull down that video. The woman needs help, not you doing that. So a lot of people, we don't talk. And we do have, I like the fact that we're getting more and more communities, more and more female groups where we can support each other. But, just to go back to what you said, many people in this situation don't think it's neglect, it's survival. Because the truth about it is doing, taking up two people's roles, especially if you're not financially able to, it's not easy. It's not easy, whatever ramification, whether it's the financial part, the emotional part, whatever. So it's nice to know, and I think these are things we should teach the girl child when they're younger. Then it's easier for them to understand that, oh, wow, I am a priority. And what I say to people is, it's the way you treat yourself that you'll be treated by people that meet you, whether it's a girlfriendship or the opposite sex. Because if you're not kind to yourself, why should I be kind to you? If you're used to eating McDonald's, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong in eating McDonald's, but if you have money, but you feel, oh, I can't go to XY restaurant because it's just too expensive. Why do you want to go to XY restaurant on my bill if you cannot pay for it yourself, even though you can afford it? So we have to remember that it's the way we treat ourselves. If you shop and there's really nothing wrong with cheap discount places, but if you're someone that you can't imagine spending more than, for example, $5 for a top or any clothing, and you just feel any other thing more than $5 is a waste. Why should somebody buy something expensive for you? So, and that's why, it all boils down to we need to be empowered. We need to be empowered, But yes, I love the fact that, you're buying your plants, you're surrounding yourself with what you love. And please buy those clothes, especially since you have the body, sis. Enjoy it and show it off. Show it off. Show it off.
I have something to say.
I can hear you. I
I said I have something to say, just a little bit of something to add, if I may.
Of course.
Okay, so for me, I'm still talking to the first person that spoke. I mean, ma'am, you're aware of my whole situation to this point, but I think for me, how I hack it is I try to make it fun. There's something, life is going on, life is happening to everybody. Everybody is going through it. Everybody is trying to catch on and be better. But I realize that we've been so busy, we've been so caught up with life that it has taken the play has gone out of life. And when I mean play, I don't mean just go out and play and be anyhow. But the little fun, dressing up is supposed to be fun.
It's
It's supposed to be fun. When you think of putting your outfit together, in fact, when you make your hair for this month and you want to make your hair for next month, you should even be spoiled for choice. Like, oh, I can't wait. Next month, what hairstyle am I going to make? Is it Fulani braid? Is it pick and drop? Is it Rihanna? What am I going to do? It should be something fun. It should be something that should excite you. And I think it would be easier for her if she transforms it into something fun. Not that, hey, I must do this. I don't have to be myself. I need to really change. Just have fun with it. Like me, look at me. I have brown going on. I have a neck piece that's purple. And sometimes I try to just be risky. I try to put colors together that I know that on a normal day people will say these colors don't go. And I tell myself, who set the rules? If I say it goes, then it goes. I don't care. you know. And for somebody like me, like you said, you get these plants, they're not so expensive. Now I don't have much money, but we in Nigeria, we all know we that in Nigeria, we know of Krika, second hand things. And move, see this plants, they're for 500 naira. Some of them are 1,000. So now there's green on the scarf. There's a little color going here. I put this earring and I've done my own color palette. And there's something that the other lady spoke, Abe. She said she has these shoes, she will wear them. I just told myself every day is an occasion. Just last day, flood came and carried all my clothes, the ones that I was saving for what I never got to wear. So every day is an occasion and it's fun. Now that I have to leave my house, I'm just thinking, which of my many scarves will go with the top I decide to wear today? I can't wait to see it. Today I was leaving the house and I was in a video call and I said to myself, I look extremely good today. Oh. The girl was like, so only you just did it, praise yourself. I said before, so the thing that I want to say to her is let us connect back with our little girls. Dressing up when we were kids as little girls used to be fun. And once you connect back to your little girl and you invite that play into it, you'll be restless because before the month will end, you've seen like five hairstyles. Which one will I choose? Sometimes you go to the salon and you'll be like, I came here, I wanted to do Ghana with, but now, should I just do bob? Should I do side fringe? So when we put the play back into this thing, it becomes easier, and that way you can find your style. Because once you're having fun and you're not too serious about it, it allows for you to experiment. So it's like, I tried this the last time, it didn't really work. Oh, let me try another one. I saw this girl, she wore this thing, or this woman, she wore this thing. If I do it like this, maybe she should put it in front. What if I take my own to the side? How's it gonna look like? And before you know, it's just a part of you. Before you know, you don't even have to plan it anymore. Before you know, you've already made a mental note. In fact, you cannot wait for money to reach. So you try out the whole outfit you put together in your head. Every day I look forward to what I wear the next day. And it's fun. And when I walk on the road, I strut. And just like Ma'am Funke, I have different colors. In fact, let me show you guys the color of shades I wore today. I don't know if people can see it. I
we
go
can
big
see
and I
it.
go bold. So I just want to say to her is connect with your little girl. Be fun. That little girl that used to like lip gloss, that used to look at big aunties when they do their things and want to try it out. Once you connect with her and you introduce fun into your outlook or your outfit, it will be easier. It will not be like a chore. And you are your audience. You're trying to impress yourself. And once you're comfortable with yourself, it allows you to be experimental. And in experimenting, you find yourself. And the next thing, you have a style. At least that's what works for me. I just wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I took out two things. You said, be risky, not safe when dressing. And honestly, that's the motto. There are no rules. There are no rules. You know, I know that we grew up with people saying A goes with B, or be yourself. Let your personality, your individuality be seen in your dressing. Just have fun, honestly. And I remember years ago when color blocking came out. I guess people were just tired of being safe with colors. Right now, hey, if you're colorful, go for it. If you don't like colors, fine too. But that doesn't mean you cannot be different. And you said something, every day is an occasion. Gone are the days we grew up having a Sunday best on one side, and that's how a lot of us grew up. Oh, no, 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 no. I can't wear this out today. I'm waiting for some event to be invited to. But what if you're not invited to that event? What if it doesn't come up? Just wake up and decide that today I'm wearing you. Just like you said, you had a flood, it could be damaged, it could be stolen, you could die tomorrow. So just enjoy whatever. Thanks so much for that, Waye. Thank you.
Can I jump
Adele, I
in?
hope you're
Can I
hearing.
jump in? Can I jump in?
Yes, you can,
Oh my God.
Shay.
First, let me say thank you for the invite to this group or this session. Thank you so much. And even when I filled out the form, it asked like the reason. I said, well, I'm just here, what I say, to learn or something, or to listen. But I can speak to a lot of things that has been said. Being a divorcee, just got my papers last week.
Ooh.
The judge finally signed it. And then even before that, I was in an abusive relationship for 13 years, physically abusive, all the abuse that could ever be done. I was in it while raising children and taking care of aging parents. So the survival I can speak to as well. And when you are a caregiver, you sometimes do neglect yourself because of all the responsibilities and the roles you play in those moments in time. So I can definitely relate to all of that. And at the bottom of it, it is self-neglect. It really, really is, because you decide or you choose to put yourself at the back burner, not even on the burner or what have you. And the way I was brought up is that it's always better to give. Our house was always a giving home. It was always an open house to help. My mother was a giver to the core of her being. And but it's a good thing, it's a blessing and a curse when you don't balance it. Okay. When you don't balance being a giver. And that's crazy. We're dealing with that too, because I was in therapy a couple of nights ago and we talked about being a giver and how that can really be bottom line under all of that. A lot. It can become toxic. You can be a toxic, chronic giver. And it's not the action, it's your motive and reasoning. So we won't get into that right now. But as far as image is concerned, I can relate to that. And when I was going through all of that at one time, being a caregiver and abuse and raising children, all of these things weighed on me to coping with overeating, coping with stress eating, emotional eating. I didn't do drugs or anything like that, but the food was the drug, the sugar was the drug, the craving for salt, the craving for sugar, that is a drug. You're spiking insulin constantly, cortisol pumping. Your body has to constantly regulate all this stuff. That is a drug. That's a drug addict. You're a food druggie or whatever you want to call. But that was a coping mechanism for me. So that in turn dealt with obesity. That gives you health problems, health issues, right? Then that brings on tired, mental fog. You don't feel like doing much, but you just have to stay in the role that you're in. So I can relate to all of that. But the one thing I held on to, I'm an earring girl. And I held on to, I wear earrings every single day. I love earrings, y'all. I match these suckers, baby. I put them on to go to work. I put them on to hang out. I put them on to walk out. If I don't have them, I'm naked. I'm not right.
Wow.
That was my security blanket, was my earring. If I got these earrings on, baby, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be okay. If I got on a probably a a worn out shirt and some ripped jeans, but I got these right here. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. But it does fall to having some sense of yourself. You have to give yourself the same time and energy you give other people. You know, I talk about it too when I do coaching with women about how we will jump through a ring of fire for everybody. But when it come to me, I got to second guess. I got to pull out the calculator to see how much I have. But you'll give this woman over here 150 for her rent or her child care. But when it's for you to go buy them $150 shoes you need or that outfit you need, you got to sit back and, oh no, let me see how this check gonna look. And it's the most twisted.
Yeah.
No, we should have been calculating when we went old girl needed something and said, hold on, let me see what my budget look like. And so we, like I said, we put ourselves on a whole nother plane when it comes to other people. And that is a dangerous mindset for women. And this is a deep level, okay? I have a background in psychology, so I'm always looking at the psychology of things. That's a dangerous place for women. And even like you talked about children, how we would just do for our children, all these things, we think, because we also have been conditioned to think there's glory in suffering. I was a devout Christian as a child, and everything they talked about, and remember, this is a child's interpretation. Everything got to be doom and gloom, and we got to beg and cry and plead for someone to do something for us, to bring us out of stuff. And it got to be exhausting. And when are we going to just do it? Good, great. This is crazy. So bringing all of that and growing into all of that, it had become very dangerous. And then you spill these over to your relationships. Your romantic relationships, when you start your 20s, you start dating and all kinds of stuff, and then you giving and giving and giving, thinking, because you had to do this to your deity. You got to give to get. I gotta cry and holler and do all this stuff for him to accept me and love me and give me. And this is just my interpretation. No offense to anyone who believes whatever. This is what I had to grow up with, my mind thinking, and how I ended up with a mindset of I gotta just give myself, pour myself out, empty myself out. And even when I don't have, make it happen for somebody. When am I gonna make it happen for me? And nobody reciprocated it.
That's what usually happens.
There was no reciprocity. There was none. There was none. And it's oh my God, honey, we can talk about this thing, but I won't keep long because I don't want to take up nobody else's time. But I can relate to all of it. But now, when I got out of that stuff, rewired myself to understand that if it is to be, it is up to me. I am the CEO of my life. And whatever happens is what I desire, is what I'm going to allow, what I give permission to, what I bow to. It's up to me. And honey, when I got that revelation, oh, it was on. Oh yeah, it's for me. It's what I'm going to do. It's what I decide. It doesn't matter what nobody else think. It doesn't matter how nobody else feel about it, because it's my decisions, and anything that come with it, I'm the one that's affected. So learning just how to look at myself, love myself, attend to me. Don't do nothing you don't want to do. Don't do it. You feel like this, someone asks you something, you have a choice. You do. You don't want to? You can't do this. Is not something I want to do. Then don't. I had to start there. I had to start with deciding to do whatever I want to do. And if I don't, I had to learn to be kind enough to say, this is not going to work for me. This is not good for me, or this is not going to work for me. This is not going to it's not going to serve me if I do this. Oh my God. So yes, it is a journey when you're rewiring yourself to love yourself and to care about yourself. But I'm telling you, sisters, it's worth it. It is so worth it. The peace that comes when you can do what you want and decide what you have, and you understand that you're the one that gets to decide. Nobody else get to say. Because if somebody tell me I can't wear these no more, might be a little rough, a scuffle going on, because I'm going to wear them. You understand? Some things are non-negotiable. You understand me? There are some things that are non-negotiable, and you need to set those things in your life. Non-negotiable. These are not up for discussion. I'm going to wear these earrings. I love y'all. Thank you for just allowing me to speak, but that's what I have to say.
Thank you, Shay. Thank
That's
you, thank you, thank
beautiful.
you. I like the fact that she says her earrings, she doesn't step out without them. And that's
Mm-mm.
what I that's what I always say, that nobody's saying you have to love shoes and bags and this. It could just be that one thing, that one thing that you know that when you do wear it, it makes you look like $1 million, you know. So it could be anything for anybody. Don't let anybody, there's no rule, honestly. There's no rule. Like, we grew up, for us Nigerians, we grew up saying the person who made the rules has the eraser to erase it, which is true. They're human beings. So make, as the CEO of your life, you make the rules. But, let us just be a little bit more mindful of how we look, how we step out, because we are giving out messages, whether we know it or we don't know it. So who else would like to share with us? Habibat, I see you. Amara,
Okay.
Afsat,
Can I say something?
Sarah, hi.
Hi. Let me try and put on my video because
I saw you
shout
when you were clocking it. I was
yes.
like, okay, she had to turn on the video then. You couldn't help
Because
it.
shout out to those who were bold enough to be on video before Funke. Because the first thing that came to my mind was like, she's going to be like, oh my goodness, 1 year and this lady hasn't improved. Oh my days. Well done anyway. We're trying. I will get there eventually. I just
Thank
wanted to add to what the last lady spoke about, what left out to me. And she said two things, quite a lot of things, but let me just say this. She says it's not the action, but the motive or the reason as to why we put ourselves second. And I think for some of us, we just want to be people pleaser, and trying to also find love or trying to let people love us. So we all just need to work on that so that, like you say, we need to step out and look good and not deprive ourselves, you understand, of others. Um, so that's my takeaway for today. Because I look at myself, honestly, I should visit the dentist. And like you say, the money I should put towards that, I'm spreading it thin on other things that has nothing to do with me. you know so I she feels me. It's baby steps. It's quite hard for us to just flip it over. And also, like what you said, that if it is to be, it is up to me, and that's just the absolute truth. That's just the absolute truth. And I also want to encourage us when it comes to children and all of that. There's just some things that cannot be resolved in our time, right? I mean, for every one of us, if your parents are alive, I keep saying this, go back to them, look after them, care for them. Because even when you do all of that, when they are gone, you still think you would have done more. So there's nothing we'll tell our children. They have to walk that footprint too. When we are all gone, they'll wish. So I still encourage that we do our best. Parenting, like a friend of mine says, is not a chieftaincy title. I don't know if those who are not Nigerians will understand that. It's not a chieftaincy title. You can wake up and just say, I'm not doing again. So we're also called as parents to be, it's a sacrificial service. So we do it. We'll do it. It's okay. The reward, the reward is beyond when we're here on earth. Just to encourage anyone, just to try and get a balance. Okay. Well done, Funke. Well done, everyone. And Way, oh my goodness. I was just admiring your dentition and your smile. I'm like, this is what I should have. Well done to everyone. Bye. And
Sarah, wait. What you said when you mentioned the
okay.
dentition, it reminded me of a post I saw just yesterday. This
Okay.
girl, I just started following her. If you reach out to me later, I could actually give you the link to her Facebook post. It
Okay.
was yesterday. She said in 2024, she had planned to build a house. No, she had planned to buy a house for her mother or build a house in the village.
Okay.
But when she was planning 2026, she changed her mind and said she was using that money on herself physically. So she planned how she was going to use it. I think Q1, Q2, she mentioned the dentist. She mentioned getting braces. She cut it like that. Then losing weight, doing her stomach, she put everything down. She says, it is about me. Yes, I will give. Yes, I will do this. And she really had a budget. For 2026, I think her budget went between $8,000 and $12,000. And then you could see that she had sat down and it was like a project. She herself was that project. And I was impressed. I was like,
That's
wow.
impressive. Yeah.
What a lot of people will be, okay, I will build this, I will, but she just says, no, I'm tired. I want, and I want this. She said, no, she's about 30 something. So she was planning all this for her 40th birthday.
Birthday. Honestly,
So
thanks for
don't
that.
feel, and the reason why I'm bringing it up now is don't think it's an odd request. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. So, and I think it was Shade that mentioned something that she wears colors, or when she wears certain things, and other people would tell her that it looks nice, but she doesn't believe that.
Yeah, most of
I'm
us.
that kind of person too. If I tell you that these glasses, I love it. Tell me it doesn't suit me. There's nothing you can tell me to change my mind. There's nothing you can tell me to change my mind. And the other way around too. So if it is what you want, go out.
Get
Look
it
at the
done.
best person that can do it for you. Look at the most reasonable. Sit down and handle it like a project. Do your research. Do your research and save towards it.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Funke.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Ladies, I'm calling you out. Tara, Afusat, Simisola, I know you're at a party. Do you have a few minutes to share with us? Amara, Tosio, we saw you, but we haven't heard from you. We have about 8 more minutes. Habibat, we haven't heard from you.
Well, while we're waiting for them, I have a question. So, how often do you have these sessions, or what else do you do? I noticed this is my first time. So,
Okay, Conversations with the Image Fixer is every month, every last
okay.
Saturday of the month.
Okay.
For you signing up, that means you've joined the email list, so you'll get some things with us. And
Okay.
I'll send you a message. I'll share what I do with you. I'm very particular about image, about the appearance. So I help women use their appearance to get seen, respected, and paid.
Oh, and paid.
So paid, yes, because depending on what you do, you have a lot of women who think talent and skills are just enough. Definitely not enough.
Yeah.
Whether you're black or brown skinned, whether you're white, no. I'm not gonna, for me, for example, if I'm gonna use the services of anybody, the first thing I'm looking at is, let me see how you look.
Okay.
If you can't be bothered to appear decent,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, how good are you at this? And that's how people generally generalize. So we need to be, and this cuts across, a lot of people have excuses that they work from home, they don't interact. But even if you do work from home, with what we're doing, we're interacting. We're interrupting. And unfortunately, COVID came and did a lot of that. Because I was talking to somebody the other day. Yesterday morning, I went to get blood done. And this was about 9:30. And everybody was like, oh my God, look at you. I love your earrings. That some people come in here wearing pajamas. And I don't know how that pajamas thing got out. You see people literally wearing pajamas out. And I'm like, okay, So yes, we need to make a little bit of effort. Yes.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Amara.
Well, I'm gonna X out. I'm
Okay, so
meeting my
enjoy your
friends.
concert.
I
Enjoy,
am.
enjoy,
I am. It was a
enjoy.
pleasure meeting you ladies and listening. I hope we can stay connected. I don't know how my
Yeah.
name comes up, but
It doesn't. It comes up as iPhone.
ah. Oh, I didn't know. Well, my name is Sharice. I go by Shy, and I would love to stay connected with you ladies.
Okay.
Love to. Yeah, if y'all
Habibat,
on WhatsApp.
remember, Habibat, I want to hear you reply me. Habibat,
Yes, ma'am.
what did I tell you 2 weeks ago? We have a Facebook community that we just haven't, because Habibat, my assistant, has refused to start it up. But yeah, we'll give you an invite for the before this time next month. The community will be we'll start engaging in it. Okay.
Thank you.
So go and enjoy your
Peace
concert.
and love
Okay.
to y'all. All right. Talk to
Bye.
y'all
Bye.
later.
Love
All right.
you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
So I'm reading something from Amara. She says, I'm drifting in and out of sleep. But did we talk of self-care, like having steady massage sessions, constant pedicure, manicure, and dedicated rest days? Yes, that's something that a lot of us don't do. And for me, like I said, I decided my flowers were monthly. Massages, I said to myself, since I don't pay to get my hair done, that I used to do massages just on the whim when I needed them. But I said, all right, since I didn't have a budget for hair, that I'll use that money to do a massage. Last month, I don't think I did one because of time. This month, I couldn't do any because of the surgery. So, but next month I'll definitely do. Same thing with my nails. My nails I took my nails out because of surgery. So that's me. I try to do something. And then she says, taking you out alone. Self dates are a must, ladies, if you haven't tried it before. I remember there was a coach I had in I think it was 2018. What's it? Steve Harris. And one of the first assignments he gave us was go on a self date. Go yourself. Pay for whatever it is yourself. And this was in Nigeria. He gave us a list of hotels and restaurants to go to. And I mean, then it was something I used to do then, but I was amazed at the people that hadn't done it. He said, and it wasn't so much about even buying anything expensive. He said, if it was just a bottle of Coke, because we all know that a lot of these high-end restaurants and everything are expensive, that if it was just a bottle of Coke and a snack you could afford, he wanted to break something in the mind. First of all, that thing that, especially with a lot of ladies, for some reason, women believe that they shouldn't parents used their money to do certain things. And a lot of people were actually scared to go out. So I think it's something that we really, really, really need to do. We need to be out there, go out, do things. Many people would say, "Oh, I don't have a date." Who says you have to have a date? Who says? Yesterday, I went to the Chinese restaurant just to get a takeaway, and I was tired. And I'm the kind of person that I talk to people. My mouth is always yabbing, but I wasn't in the mood. This lady comes in after me. Hi, how was your day? In my head, I'm like, oh, not today, woman, not today. But she was so chatty that I was like, oh, I said, I'm tired, really. I had 3 doctor's appointments. Oh, really? And then we just got talking. And she's 57. She was telling me that she does a TikTok thing. I was like, oh, really? Show it to me. You know what she does? She plays old school music on TikTok and she dances in her house. She would change, dress up, and I was shocked. She said it started off by her just taking a video and she was driving. And people started coming up. People started coming up. She said that yesterday was Friday, and she does a Friday old school 6 to 10 p.m. She said she was cleaning her house. She put her video on. So whatever it took. And she's shocked at the amount of people she's able to motivate by just doing something for herself and sharing. So honestly, we have to break that thing about yes, we do need people, but we need to enjoy our own company as well. We need to be able to do things on our own. We need to be able to there's a sister group I belong to, and every quarter they do something. It's called Wellness Day Off. So it's happening on the 15th of April. We don't know where we're going. And this is intentionally not a weekend. So that means you have to take time off work. I've already put in my time off work. I don't know where we're going, but we're spending that Wednesday doing something, So please, 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 we need to. Massages, facials, not always about food. Do something, concerts. I've heard of, I'm not so much of a concert person, but I've heard about people that go to concerts on their own because they love that person. So it doesn't always have to be with someone. You could just take yourself for breakfast. You could just go for a picnic, pack a picnic for just one person. Go to the park. But do something for you.
Funke, if I may just quickly say, I just really want to thank you. I think today has really impacted me. I have been on a journey rebuilding confidence, and I feel pretty much where I want it to be. But there are a couple of things I've picked up today. One, when you said how with your children, you want pizza, you only have enough for one pizza, you will buy one pizza for yourself. I never even considered that as a thought.
Guilt-free.
And now that you say it, I'm like, wow, absolutely, and then together with the fact that really the children, as they grow, you cannot put them on a guilt trip. Like it was said here, you can't tell them, oh, I did this because of you, and they will tell you why. The children now, they will tell you why. We didn't ask you to. Or they will simply tell you, but you're a mom. So, I mean, I have wonderful, loving children, but I have come to see that, children, you don't want to put your children on a guilt trip. So whatever you do it because you're happy with it and you're comfortable with it. And then the facts but I think what has resonated so much is go back into your girl, and yeah, you had a period where you're so serious, but right. I mean, I was actually just smiling, just thinking about that. Just be happy, just be yourself, just feel free. So I just want to thank you for that. I want to thank everybody for sharing. I've had a really good time here today.
Wow. You're welcome.
Yeah. And also the most important, You are a priority. Don't downplay yourself. You are number one. You are a priority. So see yourself as that. You don't need to wait for somebody else to tell you that. Just know that this is who you are and you can prioritize yourself. So that's a good one. Thank you. I'm glad I
Thank
joined.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Thanks for your time. And like I said earlier, we actually have the community set up. We'll send invites and everything. And as we usually do, can everyone just turn on their camera for a few seconds so we could just take a group picture? Just for a few seconds. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I'm waiting, ladies. It's 4 minutes past the hour. So let's just take the picture and call it a day. Nobody's answering? I guess it's just going to be Diola. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Shade. Alpha said, are you at work? I didn't care. Habibat, I think Amara is asleep. Yes, yes, yes. Look at Tara doing her, yeah, yeah. I see you, don't worry. It's allowed. It's allowed. It's allowed. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Habibat. Thank you so much, ladies. Thanks for hanging out for that 1 minute with 1 minute, 1 hour.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you. Have a great
Take
weekend.
care. And you too. Thanks, Shade. Thanks, Tara.